What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's President Tsai has met with members of the Navy to thank them for their work protecting the country. This comes after a period of sustained Chinese military activity around Taiwan in response to the visit of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taipei earlier this month. Jaime Okan has more.
A show of gratitude. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen met with the country's Navy and expressed her thanks for their safeguarding the island.
过去这段时间，各位展现坚定不退缩的勇气，沉着应对，将平时扎实的演练的成果展现在面临实际威胁的应处，不仅守护住我们的海疆的安全，也维系了区域的和平与繁荣。这样的表现，我要给予各位最高的肯定和敬意。
Tsai's visit came on the same day that the country reported 51 Chinese warplanes and 6 ships operating near Taiwan. Some of those ships were spotted near Taiwan's missile test sites, where a state-run weapons maker is currently conducting long-range tests. The tests were scheduled before the presence of Chinese ships, as officials there are eager to test the country's capabilities.
紧张的程度其实是没有的，其实我们是反而比较兴奋的去完成我们这次的任务。这是新式武器，就是非常需要这种弹性的部署调整，那可以增加我们的战场存活率。
The island has been bolstering its combat readiness and enhancing its defense strategy as a response to increasing pressure from China. China's ruling Communist Party has vowed to bring Taiwan under its control and has threatened the use of military force if necessary.
非常缜密的驻搜，同时也会做非常认真的去判断跟分析。那么在经过判断分析了以后，我们会从不管是建军备战，或者是从训练上去做一个相对应的措施。
As Taiwan remains alert, officials here hope that new weapons tests and combat readiness training won't raise tensions in the region any further. As Liao and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
An official from Taiwan's main opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT, has stirred controversy with a speech to a conference in Henan in central China. He said the party remains committed to an agreement struck in the 1990s as a basis for dialogue under which both sides agree Taiwan is part of China. Louise Watt reports.
This video of an official from Taiwan's main opposition party addressing a conference in China is causing controversy at home. He told a room full of Chinese officials and scholars that his party, the KMT, is committed to a 1992 consensus, which Beijing sets as a condition for any cross-strait talks. Both sides agreed that Taiwan and China are part of one country, but they've always differed on what that means.
在台湾如果要推动台独的话，我觉得两岸的战争的风险会越来越高。
Politicians from Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, accuse Lin and the KMT of being a mouthpiece for China.
他们这些行为，除了是背书中共对台的所有不正当的行为以外，也误导了国际，进入了一中的框架。
The KMT have stood up for Lin and said he wasn't saying anything new. Instead, they criticised the government. In the 6 years the DPP's been in power, tensions between China and Taiwan have soared.
民进党不但没有一点本事来处理这个问题，甚至于还来激化这样的一个问题。我们的目的难道不是为了让这个战争的危机可以减缓，甚至于能够化解？
Beijing wants to see eventual unification of China and Taiwan. That's an unpopular view in Taiwan, particularly among younger voters. The KMT's pro-China policies have contributed to heavy defeats for the party in previous elections. The government agency tasked with handling relations with China said a survey this month found 76% of respondents oppose the idea that Taiwan is part of China.
期盼国民党应以台湾整体的利益为重，忠实表达台湾主流民意，强烈反对中共对台武力威吓， 不应呼应中共的立场。
The latest controversy comes as campaigning starts for elections in Taiwan later this year. While they are local elections, both parties are aware they will also be judged on their attitudes to China. Karma Xu and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's Foxconn is best known as one of the main assemblers of Apple's iPhones. But now the head of the electronics manufacturing giant has outlined new emerging industries that will play a central role in the company's future plans. James Chater reports.
They produce the majority of the world's iPhones. But now, the chairman of Taiwanese manufacturing giant Foxconn has outlined the key new industries for the company's future.
我们目标是三大未来产业：电动车、数位健康以及机器人。用3个核心技术来支撑，来创造更大的价值。
Foxconn was founded in Taiwan in the 1970s and has become the world's largest contract manufacturer of electronics. Analysts say Foxconn's move toward emerging industries is designed to shore up the company's future.
譬如说，手机方面的产业消失或转型的部分，那么他们也为了避免这个情况发生，他们目前就是转向电动车的产业，所以在这个情况之下，鸿海未来的永续的发展应该是可期的。
Governments globally are promoting electric vehicles as a tool for combating climate change. And earlier this year, Taiwan's government said that by 2040, all cars sold in Taiwan will be powered by electricity or hydrogen. Evidence that the new direction Foxconn is taking may also prove lucrative. Chris Marr and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
The government has released Taiwan's life expectancy figures for 2021. Overall life expectancy in the country stands at 80.9 years based on last year's data. That breaks down as 84.3 years for women and 77.7 for men. People living in the capital, Taipei, had the highest average lifespan at 84.2 years. The rural county of Taidong in the country's southeast had the lowest life expectancy at 76.6. The national average showed a drop of half a year compared to 2020. The government says this is a normal short-term fluctuation and that Taiwanese are living longer in the long run. Here in Taiwan, only residents can travel freely in and out of the country due to the current COVID rules. Others need to apply for special visas. While some restrictions have gradually been eased, just 40,000 people are allowed to enter each week. But the government is preparing to open its doors to international travelers again, as Eric Gao reports.
After more than 2 years of pandemic travel restrictions, Taiwan's borders are still mostly closed. But at the opening ceremony for the Taipei Tourism Expo, President Tsai says her government is paving the way for the country to welcome visitors once again.
现在正是时候，为重新争取我们国际旅客来台湾做好准备。在兼顾经济和防疫之下，我已经请我们的行政院仔细地评估开放边境的时程表，同时做好相关的配套措施。
This announcement will help Taiwan's hard-hit international tourism industry. Operators have been calling on the government to ease border restrictions as travel demand is high.
期待了3年，我们旅行产业已经准备好了。只要我们的观光局指挥中心能够取消禁团令，让我们的入境防疫缩短到0+7，整体的观光产业才会有机会恢复正常的运作模式。
Hopefully, more international tourists will soon have the opportunity to enjoy what Taiwan has to offer. Klein Wong and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, it's International Orangutan Day. We leave you with images of this newborn orangutan infant at Taipei Zoo. Orangutans are one of our closest relatives, sharing 96.4% of their DNA with us humans. But they are now critically endangered due to human destruction of their habitat. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.